Dear viewers, welcome back to the analysis of Yoleno TV. And I hope you're well from wherever you're watching us. And I have something very interesting that I'm bringing to your attention. Raila Odinga unveiled himself officially through the Bunga la Wananchi at Jivanji Gardens. After that, he first attacked the government over the failed promises already. He went further and talked about or went further and termed Ruto's government as a government of tourists, that within the first 20-something days, Ruto has toured almost 5 international destinations. We also saw Rigathi Gachagua jet out to Rwanda yesterday as another foreign trip. So why am I bringing something so interesting to your attention? You remember there's a time we did an analysis on the fertilizer, the subsidized fertilizer that the Ruto government promised to the farmers in a way or as a mechanism to lower the prices of unga. Raila Odinga unveiled a multi-billion scandal that is already being witnessed in the Ruto government. Remember, the Ruto government channeled 3.5 billion into that subsidy project of the fertilizer. And like I've said, that was meant to cushion Kenya's farmers against the highest cost of fertilizers, owing to the fact that the country was going to experience short rains. So the fertilizers were going to escalate the production of maize, which will in turn make sure that the prices of unga are lowered. So this 3.5 billion that the government channeled to the subsidy fund is what Raila Odinga termed as a scandal. So why is the 3.5 billion termed as a scandal? Before we delve further into that analysis of what Raila Odinga channeled to the people of the Republic of Kenya, please, if you're a first-time viewer or if you're a regular viewer also subscribe to the channel, please take a moment and subscribe to Yoleno TV. Once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for those who've been supporting us to this far. Now, Raila Odinga termed the fertilizers that have been distributed to the people or to the Kenyan farmers as a fertilizer that was given or issued freely by the government of the Russian community. So that is the reason why Raila Odinga is questioning why 3,500 is being charged on the Kenyan farmers. Well, we know very well that the Russian people or the Russian government gave these fertilizers for free. There was a time that it was alleged that these fertilizers had been in the sea for long, in the EU ports for long, and that's the reason why they had to be given to the African countries to cushion them against the high cost of living. So, Rigathi Gachagua flagged off this fertilizer. There was a time it was alleged that Aliko Dangote, being one of those friends of William Samoei Ruto, and we know that he's been one of those business people, well-known business people in the African continent, and he's been in charge of fertilizer distribution in the continent of Africa. So there was some linkage between this fertilizer and Aliko Dangote, but we don't know. We don't have the facts. We can't prove that yet. But that was just what was being peddled in the social media. But the recent claim for Raila Odinga that Rigathi Gachagua and Ruto have been selling fertilizers to the hustlers, farmers, at a fee which is supposed to be waived, is what Raila Odinga has termed as a multi-billion scandal, the first multi-billion scandal in the Kenya Kwanza government. That was brought to the public domain by Raila Odinga. So, ladies and gentlemen, Do you think Raila's allegations are true? You remember previously when we were doing an analysis on that commissioning or the flagging off of the fertilizers, there was an allegation that some or that fertilizer consignment was given out for free, and that the Kenya government was charging the people, the Republic of Kenya, the people in the Republic of Kenya unfairly, and that they ought to have given these fertilizers for free. The cartels had seized all the fertilizers and they were selling them to the farmers at additional cost. That is to say, if fertilizer goes at 3.5, then they buy all these fertilizers. They know very well there's a ready market. Then they will sell the fertilizers at, let's say, 3,900 by after putting a markup of 400, or 4,000 after putting a markup of 500. Now it is sometimes the number of bags. So that was also brought to the public domain. The cartels were hindering the distribution of fertilizers, and we foresee that these cartels could be government cartels, that people were put there as a middleman to get additional profits from these farmers. Now the government knows that it is selling to the farmers at 3,500, but they have strategically positioned cartels who will who will hike the prices to at least 3,900 or 4,000, and this 5,500 additional charge is what the government operatives will get or milk from the Kenyan farmers. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just posed a question to you, whether you think that the government is right to sell subsidized fertilizer that's been given out free to cushion Kenyans against the high cost of living, to charge the same Kenyan farmers. Do you think this is right? Please share what you think about that below the comment section there. And I would like to raise my case there. But until we meet again, I still promise to follow up on this fertilizer issue, and we will still convey it to you, my worthy viewers. And like I always say, I like to urge you to subscribe to this channel, continue supporting this channel, continue sharing this channel. And once again, I'd like to say thank you so much for those who've been supporting us. And until we meet again, I'd like to say stay safe and stay blessed.